welcome to another mind map video, and today's yoga practice is going to be aimed at our skin. Who'd have thought? But actually it makes perfect sense really, doesn't it? Because our skin is another organ in our body, and there's an awful lot of scientific evidence that stress has a negative impact on our skin. So stress will trigger the HPA axis, which is all about your hypothalamus and your pituitary and your adrenals. And so when they get triggered, they're going to let a load of cortisol plus a load of other stuff into your system, which is going to have an impact on your skin. Now, I'm sure everybody has probably come across someone who says, oh, I'm so stressed, my psoriasis has flared up, or my eczema's flared up. Because it's an indicator, isn't it, of what we're experiencing throughout the whole of our body. Now, our brain and skin are interconnected. And as I said, the skin is an organ, just like the liver and kidneys, so it makes sense. It has lots of complicated functions. And the pathway is biodirectional, so the skin can indicate and send messages to the brain, and the brain can indicate and send messages to the skin. So why will yoga benefit our skin? Well, firstly, I'm not claiming if you have a yoga practice with me, your wrinkles will go. Nothing of the sort. It's about overall well-being, which is really why I'm here. I'm a counsellor in my everyday profession, and of course I'm working with lots of stress and difficult stuff for people that are going on with their mood and mental health. And I know that it's not just about the talking therapies, it's also about all the little add-ons that help. So if you practice yoga, you're going to help reduce the stress, because you're calming your nervous system down. And remember, if you worked with me before, you've got your sympathetic nervous system, that's your fight flight, your parasympathetic, which we want to be connecting with and coming out of the fight flight. We need both of them, but we don't need to be living in the fight flight all the time. So if you're doing yoga and you're working with your breath and you're moving your body and thinking about where you're putting your limbs, there's a good chance you're going to reduce that fight-flight activity. Not only that, you'll be pumping oxygen around your body, and you will also be taking more nutrients around your body if you have a good flow of blood. And of course, exercise, and that includes yoga asanas, increase the blood flow. And also you're going to flush toxins out of your system. So that's really, really helpful if you get flares up. So it helps reduce inflammation, really. So go and get yourselves ready to get on your mat. We're going to start on our backs today, and come and join me for a yoga practice to help improve the healthiness of our skin. See you back on the mat. Okay, we're going to start today's practice on our backs. So whatever way you need to get there, carefully maneuver. And gently lower yourself down and bend the knees. Just bring the heels in a little closer towards your bottom. This ponytail's in the wrong place, so it's not really comfortable, but if you can lower your head to your mat, just start off by just putting your hands just below your sternum, above your belly button. And now we're just going to think and feel our breath, our inhalations and our exhalations. Breathing in and out through the nose. And with your inhalations, imagining that oxygen flowing, not just about your lungs, but how your inhalation helps you to carry oxygen throughout your body. And as you take those inhalations, Allow the breath to move down. Imagine it flowing over the hips. And as you exhale, imagine emptying out the lungs. Goodness in, rubbish out. At the same time, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing your rib cage, fully feeling the mat and feeling every corner of each foot, from your pinky toe to your big toe, around the outside to your heel, to the inside. Now taking your arms out to the side now, palms uppermost, and take the feet as wide as your mat, your toes can spill over. We're just going to gently move our legs to the right, then bring them back to the centre and then to the left. Now, when we take our legs towards the floor, we exhale. When we come back up to a neutral position, we inhale. So let's start with an inhale first. Inhale. Exhale, let the legs float to the right. They don't need to touch the floor. Inhale back to centre. And exhale, let the legs fall to the left. Inhale back to centre. Let's keep this going for just a couple more. You're getting a little twist through the torso as you do this, so that's stimulating your vagus nerve, which again is really super for connecting to your parasympathetic nervous system. Goes from your gut to your brain. And coming back to centre. Now bringing your heels really in close to your bottom, and take your arms down by your side, pushing your palms into the mat. Going to come up to a little bridge pose on an inhale, and don't push this too far because we're going to do a little flow here. And I want you to imagine as you're coming up that you've got a yoga block between your thighs and you're kind of stopping your thighs from falling apart, so you're keeping that tone in your thighs. So with an inhale, let's come up. Exhale, slowly taking your back down to the mat. Inhale to come up. And exhale to come down. And one more. And just release for a moment. Now we're going to bring both the knees up and we're going to cross our right ankle over from behind the left knee, coming into a reclined pigeon. We're going to take the right hand between our thighs, left hand round to the back. And with gentle, gentle pulses, we're going to bring that left knee towards our face. Try to keep contact on your back to the floor here. Imagine belly button to spine. That just gives you a little more support. Now you can let this leg drop if it feels more comfortable. Can you feel that through your right thigh, hamstring? And let's just go to the other side. So now crossing your left leg over. And you've got your left ankle just behind your right knee. And again, gentle pulses. We're working here, are we, on the hips, on the glutes, on the hamstring, and as we're working on releasing stress, or avoiding stress and improving our circulation, hips are really important because in yoga it's very much seen as a place where we hold on to a lot of our emotion. Okay, and let's uncross the legs. We're going to come onto our sides now and come onto all fours. And we're going to do a little flow from child's pose through to cobra. So balasana through to bhujangasana. So starting by child's pose, arms out in front of you, taking your seat bones back towards your heels. You've got your feet together here at the back, toes touching, and allow your forehead to touch the mat. Now as we come up with an inhale here, we're then going to come forward and into our cobra, opening the shoulders, opening the chest, lift the chin. And as we exhale, we're coming back into our child's pose. Take it slowly. Remember with yoga, it's all in the bits in between, it's not in the destination. It is the journey. And coming up and forward with an inhale. Don't let yourself drop here, let yourself come out of your hands and your arms, chin up. With your back bent here, you've got your feet, the tops of them on the mat. Feel into the feet and gently coming back again into child's pose. And one more. Take a breath. Really feel the breath move through the body. The breath is really part of controlling your nervous system. Slowly bringing your hands back towards your knees. Now tucking your toes, so you're coming up onto your toes here. Bring your knees and then closer together. And coming upright. Adjust your clothing if one needs to. Now the big inhale, stretching up. And with your exhale, let's take a little twist to the side. Another inhale, take your right hand up and your left hand you can find your heel. Bring your hands back to the mat and inhale to the other side. Inhale up, exhale a little twist. Inhale up, find your heel, right heel with your right hand. And exhale back to the mat. Take your hands to the front of the mat, find your little spider fingers, or you can come onto your fists, and let's come up into our first downward dog. And let's walk the dog, because the first downward dog of the day, it's lovely to take it for a little walk. So get a little bit freaky, push out of those finger pads, really stretch down through the back of your heels, the back of those hamstrings, and then when you're ready, find some stillness. I'm eating my necklace, which is why my voice has gone a bit funny. If I can move it, that's better. Okay, so looking back between your heels here towards the back of your mat, pushing out of your spider fingers, don't dump on your wrists, ears in line with the inside of your arms, When you're ready, a lovely big inhale, and lift the right leg from your three-legged dog. And bringing that leg forward to the outside of your right hand. Okay, now we're in quite a high lizard here. So really stretch this left leg, push into that heel, lift the kneecap, lift the thigh. Make sure you don't dump into your shoulders, pushing out of your spider fingers. And just feel what it's like to have this right leg in your lizard pose. Now, if it's available to you, you can come down onto your elbows and you really will feel it there, but make sure you don't drop the left knee. It's perfectly fine to stay here. A beginner's class is perfect. Okay, stepping back with the right leg, and then we're going to walk to the front of the mat and inhale up. Exhale down to Uttanasana, forward fold, a really generous bend in your knees if it's the first one of the day. So you can be here, that's perfectly fine. You can be here. We're going to step back into our downward dog. Find some stillness and raising the left leg up. Looking forward, bringing up to the outside of the left hand. The right kneecap raised, pushing into that right heel, pushing out of your fingertips through the upper arms. Try not to collapse, and you don't want to collapse in the upper body. And then again, if it's available, you can come down onto your elbows, and you could even, if you want, feel a little on the inside of this hip joint here. Or stay up here and just play around with this. What does it feel like? What it feels like is really important, really to tap in to what you can feel in your body. Okay, when you're ready, keep this right kneecap lifted as you bring the leg back. Come down to your knees. Take the hands back. Now we're going to come into a little toe balance. So you need to position your hands so you can just help yourself up here. And then when you're up, just find your balance point, okay? It's not always easy. And you might need to adjust your position. But once you're there, ooh, that's lovely. And breathe. Come straight if you can. Lift the chin and hands back to the mat. We're going to come onto our backs again. And that just gets you just like a little spiky on your toes. And now we're coming back down to the mat. We're going to lift our legs up, hands out to the side. And we're going to take 5 lovely, nourishing breaths here. I'm going to stop talking. You find your breath, and as you breathe in, imagine that breath moving all the way down your body. Finished your 5 breaths, lower your feet towards your bottom and soles of your feet together. So you're now in Supta Baddha Konasana. And let those knees and upper thighs feel really heavy. Now I am going to leave a little bit of calming music here for you if you want to stay here for a little longer. And if you think, oh, I'm going to skip that, just remember, reducing your stress levels down help you have healthy skin. And whatever that means to you, you might want to take an extra minute and super tobacco medicine. If not, I'll see you hopefully again back on the mat. Well done you, if you stuck with me to the end. I'll see you again hopefully for another mind map video. Another bit of mind connected to body. Bye for now.